Welcome back. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show. I'm joined today by Jeannie Kerrigan. You know, Jeannie's story reminds me that the will to live and the power of the human spirit is something undescribable. I've been working with people, I work with people who are struggling with caring for a loved one. Having a teacher, a mentor, a coach, a healer, someone who is just there for you when you're going through a really challenging time can make all the difference in the world. I just recently hired a business coach, and it's been such I was so resistant to it. I was so, you know, I don't need a business coach. Well, I did need a business coach. I need somebody to keep my, you know, my feet to the metal and not get distracted. So, you know, I think all of these things are really important. And I just want to say that if you are caring for a loved one and you're living in burnout and you're really struggling and you feel like life is just slipping away from you, you know what, reach out and get some help. Go to my website, empoweredcare.com, and just shoot me an email. Let me know how I can help you. Because there's 67 million of you, and a lot of people are really struggling, and it's not going to get any easier if you stay here. Right, Jeannie?
Right.
Okay. So we were talking about somatic healing and energy and how you can move people. And this is what you do in your life now.
I do this. I have a private practice in Santa Fe and now in California.
Oh.
Yep. In Petaluma, I teach what's called Tidbits in Transformation. It's a workshop that goes around where I really empower people to go inside of their bodies and feel what they have and do it themselves. You don't have to wait for some guru or a major me to come along and fix you. I can teach people to do this themselves. I think that's incredibly important, to empower each individual.
You know, and I think that's really missing in a lot of workshops and, you know, events that we go to, or even if you go to a professional. We need to give people the tools so that they can do it themselves.
If I can come from where I came from and do what I do, everybody on the planet can. And I really do believe that we are our own healers. We are one.
Yeah.
We were born that way. So let's work on helping each other instead of judging.
How bad is abuse in our society?
Horrible. Over the top. Every minute that we sit here, someone's being hurt, harmed, and abused in some way. Every minute. Violence on the planet is out of control. And we focus a lot on what's going on in the wars and that kind of thing. But I am never going to, I'm going to spend the rest of my life working for violence that is going on in our backyard.
Right.
Children of the night.
Well, I think it's easier for us to look at violence that's happening in a war as opposed to looking at what's happening in our neighbor's backyard or maybe our own backyard.
Yeah. Incest.
Yeah.
Rape. Beating your partner. It's all there. Unless
you're what can we as individual citizens do? What can we do? I mean, I see all this elder abuse that's going on, and it makes me crazy.
You know, one of the things that I think that's incredibly important for us is to get together. We are, you know, you and I are the same. We're of the same energy. We're in the same planet. Let's get together. When I look at somebody being beaten, you know, it's not just that person being beaten. That's me. That's me being beaten. So open your eyes and see what's out there. And you don't have to necessarily head up a nonprofit like we did.
Right.
What you
Which
can
I want
do,
to talk about.
Yeah, what you can do is just say something. That's not okay. Rape is not okay. Incest is not okay. Beating your wife is not okay. All of these things we just kind of keep going on. I hear a little bit in the news and then we go on.
Well, and I think people are afraid to get involved. You know, we're afraid to get involved.
There are ways to get involved where you don't have to be noticed. There are ways that you can support.
Well, I remember when I was a teacher years ago, and I had a child in my class who I knew was being beaten. I knew he was being beaten, and I got involved. I mean, I went to the head of the school and I said, we have to call Child Protective Services.
Exactly.
Well, you don't know this is happening. I said, no, I know. I know in my heart of hearts this is happening. Indeed, he was being abused and ended up going to live with his older brother, who was, you know, an adult. This was a second marriage.
I think that there are a lot of flaws in the system, and there are a lot of really, really good things that are going on when it comes to children and abuse. You know, there are some amazing, amazing programs out there.
How do people find them?
Get online. All you have to do is, how do I help abused children, and you'll get everything. We have Google now. We have access to all this information.
Right.
RAIN is a great organization. Take Back the Night. Those are the two organizations that I support and I speak for. I do public speaking for both on a larger level. So just even working the stand at the next Take Back the Night event or at another RAIN event is helping us to get the word out.
It's a being of service. So when we're of service, our life gets infinitely better.
Exactly.
Tell us about Ricky's Revenge.
Ricky's Revenge is a nonprofit that we put together. It was actually, I had a dream about my little Ricky, and I had him with
It's a brilliant idea, by the way.
Yeah, he's my monkey that I lost in the truck, but this monkey has embroidered on his arms.
You're on the radio. Nobody can see you doing that.
He has embroidered on his arms the 1-800 numbers and now the text numbers for immediate help. So RAIN, 911, safety, child safety, that they're the numbers that'll get them immediate attention if they're in trouble. And
so do you go out and give, how does somebody get one of your monkeys?
Free. We give those monkeys out free.
How does somebody get a Ricky?
We're in the process of people will be able to, in order to donate to Ricky's to Revenge, you'll be able to buy a Ricky. So we'll do that, and that's one of the ways. But I give them out.
So you buy a Ricky just to support the foundation,
to support the foundation,
and you get them out to the people.
And you get them out to the people. But we will distribute them for free wherever we go. I'm kind of like your friend we were talking about, on the streets, wherever we see children, tucking them in their pockets. We're also in the process of negotiating with Verizon. So we're going to hide a cell phone, pre-programmed cell phone in the little Ricky, so they don't necessarily have to find a cell phone or a phone. It's one thing to have those numbers. It's another thing. You need a way to do it.
Right.
So we're going to pre-program.
I got to take a break. Stay with us. You're listening to Cindy Laverty Show.
Yeah.